Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, April 18th, about 10:30 in the morning here, and welcome to the early portion of today's video weather forecast update here for an update on the severe weather risk that we're going to see across generally central and southern portions of the state for today and into early tonight as well. So, getting started here with one of the weather forecast models here. This is pretty much current time, and I can actually show you this on the live radar as well. So let me pull that up here first. So here's the radar across the region here this morning. And as you can see here, we do have some rain and thunderstorm activity moving across portions of southern Wisconsin, northern western Illinois. Some of you folks are getting a little bit of rain and isolated thunderstorm activity this morning back into Iowa and down into Missouri and Kansas as well. And what we're going to see happen here as we go through the day is an area of low pressure is going to take shape here across Missouri, and then it is going to move across central Illinois over and into Indiana as well. There's also going to be a trailing cold front that is going to move eastward with this area of low pressure as well. And as we go through the afternoon, I should say into the middle of the day and the afternoon, by the time we get to that time, that low pressure should be there. We should have that cold front, and we're going to see storms take shape all across this region here from Missouri up into west central and southwestern Illinois as well. And you can see that here on this weather forecast model here as I go into time here into the middle of the day and the early afternoon. You're going to see how this activity starts to get going in the vicinity of that developing area of low pressure and that trailing cold front. We're going to see that activity develop, like I said, from southwestern, west central Illinois back down into Missouri. We're going to see that activity develop. And then as we go through the early to mid-afternoon here, you can see how that activity, once it does develop along that corridor, it does start to move off towards the east here, eventually getting into the St. Louis metro area by the time we get to the mid-afternoon time frame as it looks right now. Maybe a little bit earlier, depending on the speed of development of this activity. And then as we head into later afternoon, this activity will be fairly widespread as it moves through east central down across much of southern Illinois as well. Continuing into the evening here, this is right around 7 p.m. this evening. You can see all this activity here ongoing down around this corridor here. Would have the opportunity to be severe as well. And then as we move into late evening and early tonight, you could see this activity starts to weaken as it eventually moves into places like central southern Indiana, western Kentucky, down into Tennessee as well. And then as we move into overnight tonight, you could see things dry out across the entire state, and it is expected to be a calm and dry overnight period as we work into your Friday morning and Friday afternoon, dry across the state by then. So in terms of severe weather, this is our updated severe weather forecast, and really we didn't change too much from our update late last night. We still have a level 1 severe thunderstorm risk in this blue shaded corridor here, this corridor across parts of central Illinois. That's where you could see isolated severe thunderstorms in that blue level 1 risk corridor. In this green shaded corridor here across parts of central Illinois, that includes the Springfield area over close to Champaign as well. This green corridor, that's a level 2 risk. That's where you could see widely scattered severe thunderstorms. And then lastly, down here, this large yellow shaded area down here across much of southern Illinois here, gets down into Missouri as well, parts of Kentucky, places like St. Louis, Effingham, the Carbondale, Marion area, all in this yellow shaded level 3 risk area. That's where coverage of severe weather potential is going to be slightly higher, more on the order of scattered severe thunderstorm potential in that yellow shaded corridor. Another thing you might notice here is this area that we have here with these little dashed lines. These little dashed lines represent hatching. So across this hatched area, there could be a couple of instances of some significant severe weather. And what we mean by that is right here in this text information here. Environmental conditions will be supportive of maybe a few occurrences of damaging winds up around 75 miles per hour with some of these storms. We could see some corridors of more concentrated or widespread wind damage, and we could also see some hail up to around or slightly larger than 2 inches in diameter with some of these storms. So that is what we could be seeing in this significant hatching corridor here. These little dashed lines, once again, anytime you see that, that is where there could be some instances of some significant severe weather. And in this case, as you can see here, once again, circling the text here in the graphic, that is the conditions that could be seen inside of that significant hatched corridor right there across a large part of southern, even up into portions of central Illinois. Now, in terms of severe weather threats overall, no matter if you're in the level 1, level 2, or level 3 risk area, damaging winds and hail will be the greatest threats today. However, if you are down here, sort of in this corridor down here, there could be a couple of tornadoes being possible as well. We're going to kind of see a mixed mode today in terms of the type of severe weather we're going to be seeing. There could be a couple of supercell storms that develop, and then we could also be dealing with some line segments of storms as a big complex, or MCS, mesoscale convective system, tries to develop here across central down into southern Illinois and Missouri. So we could see two modes of type of severe weather today, supercell and line segment MCS kind of structure today. So that's why hail, damaging winds will be a big threat, but we could also see a couple of tornadoes here across portions of southern parts of the state as well, both with those supercell storms and also QLCS situations where you get those little spin-ups in those long lines of storms. Those are called QLCS tornadoes. So while, like I said, the biggest threat overall, damaging winds and hail, there could be a few tornadoes as well today. Definitely would not rule that out overall. So as you can see, it is shaping up to be a pretty active weather day across down into central and especially southern Illinois as well. With that said here, let's try to get to a couple of comments and questions that we may have this morning here. See Danielle checking in from the Galesburg area, mentioning you're getting some showers and thunderstorms this morning. Yes, we do have some showers and thunderstorms already in western and northern Illinois, portions of western and northern Illinois this morning. None of that activity is severe as of yet. However, obviously, as we go through the middle of the day and into this afternoon, we're going to see that severe weather threat increase across central and down into southern Illinois. See Amy checking in here from Louder, Illinois. I just looked that up. Looks like you're just south of the Springfield area. Yes, you're going to be in store for that severe weather around your area as well. That'll be pretty much from middle of the day all the way through later this afternoon will be the severe threat in your neck of the woods. Kimberly wondering if there's going to be a tornado threat in the Springfield area. Wouldn't rule out an isolated tornado threat up around that area, but definitely damaging winds looks to be the biggest threat, and large hail the biggest threats up in your area. Also see, we have Mary checking in from the YouTube video feed this morning from Pike County. That's down here just to the southeast of the Quincy area. Yes, you'll be getting a severe weather opportunity. Your threat will pretty much be from late this morning through the mid-afternoon time frame around the Pike County area. Kat checking in from the Kankakee area. As it looks right now, you can see we do have that level 1 risk kind of bisecting the Kankakee area. But as it looks, the biggest severe weather threat should be off to your south in the Kankakee area, as it looks at this point in time at least. All right, carrying on here, we see that we have Stephanie checking in from the New Baden area. That is well to the east of the St. Louis area, kind of around this area right here. Yes, you're going to be in the core of the severe weather threat as we head through this afternoon and evening. Definitely a risk of damaging winds, hail, maybe a few tornadoes being possible in that area as well. Katrina checking in, making a comment. Part of you feels like it's just going to be rain, wind, and hail. Not so much worry of tornadoes due to the dew points. We're actually dealing with a fairly moist environment today. Dew points are really not a concern for a lack of severe weather today, and I could actually show you that here. Let me pull this back up on the screen here. So these are the dew points we're going to be seeing today. As you can see, dew points are actually going to be fairly good. We're a lot of moisture in the area today. Dew points well into the 60s today. So dew points will not hinder the severe weather threat today. Dew points, there's ample moisture today. Even if these mix down a little bit, instead of seeing instead of the 64, 65 degree dew points that are being shown on this particular model that I'm showing you on the screen here, even if they're closer to 60 degrees, that's ample enough moisture to get some severe weather with the kind of shear we're seeing. We're actually seeing a plume of steeper lapse rates also move in here through the day today. So with this area of low pressure that's going to be moving through here, with the upper level flow coming in like this pretty much, it's bringing in an elevated mixed layer here with some decent lapse rates coming in. That's one of the reasons why we're looking at some decent hail potential today as well. Well, one of the factors in there. So really nothing lacking today in terms of severe weather. Look at all this core of instability building in down here up in the central and southern portions of the state as well. We also have overall, the main jet is up north, but we do have, with that storm system coming in here, the jet lingering further south as well. So really nothing lacking in terms of getting overall severe weather through the day today and into tonight. Rudy wondering if this will make it up into northwestern Indiana. You can see we do have the isolated severe west kind of bisecting up through parts of northwestern Indiana. That's just the chance for an isolated severe thunderstorm up across that area. But as you can see, the main risk down here, the better risk for better coverage of severe weather is going to be down a little bit further to the south. Erica checking in from the Lincoln area. Yes, you're going to have some severe weather risk as well today. You're kind of right around this area, so very close to that level 2, level 3 risk border, so maybe an isolated to widely scattered severe weather risk for your area. Gail checking in from down in the Carbondale area. Yes, you're going to be in the core of the severe weather risk from this afternoon and into early tonight as well. And I do see we have several other questions. Rhonda down in Shelbyville. Yes, you'll be getting that severe weather as well. Also see here we have Teresa checking in from the Mounds area. Yes, you will be getting that severe weather threat as well. Yours will be pretty much from mid-afternoon into early tonight. Maureen checking in from the Macomb area. That's here out in western Illinois. You're very close to the edge of that isolated severe thunderstorm risk, so maybe an outside chance of an isolated severe thunderstorm out there, but the best chance will definitely be off to your south and southeast. And for the time frame on this, if you want a loose time frame on this, pretty much if you're in this corridor out here, it's pretty much from now through late afternoon, whereas if you're further out here across this corridor, it's pretty much early afternoon through early tonight. So out here where the X is, this corridor out here, this is going to be pretty much from now through about mid-afternoon or so. And then to the east of this line here, this squiggly corridor out here, your threat is pretty much more so early afternoon through early tonight as it looks right now. Josh from Clark County, yes, you'll be dealing with that severe weather threat through the day today as well. Kathleen checking in from up in Will County. Yeah, you'll get some showers and thunderstorms today, but no severe weather expected that far north. The same goes for Greg in LaSalle County. Yeah, as you can see right now, some general showers and thunderstorms up there, but no severe weather threat expected up there across northern Illinois for today. All right, here, one more question coming in here. Jennifer out in the Troy area. Yes, you're down in the near the St. Louis metro area, just to the southeast of it. Yes, severe weather threat, as you can see, kind of pinpointed down around that area for today. Definitely during the afternoon and the evening hours. So, in summary here, we're going to be dealing with the severe weather risk across much of central and southern Illinois for today. Once again, the blue corridor across parts of central Illinois. That is an isolated severe thunderstorm risk in that level 1 risk area. The green shaded corridor, which includes the Springfield-Champaign areas, that's a level 2 severe thunderstorm risk for widely scattered severe thunderstorms. Then down here across much of southern Illinois, the yellow corridor that includes St. Louis, Effingham, Carbondale, Paducah areas. Severe weather risk for scattered severe thunderstorms. Once again, no matter if you're in the level 1, level 2, or level 3 risk area, damaging winds and hail will be the greatest threats today, but would not rule out possibility for a few tornadoes down across that southern Illinois corridor as well. So really, that's the summary of things this morning. We will be monitoring things through the day today and into early tonight, and we will be around to provide updates as needed. So stay tuned to all of our social media pages for that. We're on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and our website and our phone app as well. So definitely keep an eye out for any updates through the day and into tonight as well. But for now, everyone have a great rest of your late morning.